Hi folks, I'm going to talk through a few more examples of how to calculate the percent of a number. Remember that these types of calculations are very important in real life. If you go to a restaurant and want to calculate a tip, or you go to a store and need to calculate the sales tax, or the percent of a discount, these are all percent of a number calculations. Let's start with this table. You're asked to calculate 1% of 400. Hopefully you'll recall that 1% is the same as 1/100th. So if we want to find 1/100th of 400, we simply divide by 100 and we get a result of 4. To find 10% of a number, you might recall that we divide the number by 10 because 10% is the same as 1/10. 400 divided by 10 is 40. To find 25% of a number, we simply take the number and divide by 4 because 25% is the same as 1/4. And finally, to find 50% or half of a number, we take the number divided by 2. In this case, 400 divided by 2 is 200. You can complete the rest of that table during your independent practice time. Let's look at another example. Sarah's paycheck is $160. How much is 5% of her paycheck? Well, we haven't looked specifically at how to calculate 5% of something yet, but we can use what we know about equivalent fractions to help us solve this problem. We know that 5% means 5 for every 100. And a fraction of 5/100ths can be simplified to 1/20th. So if we take the total number of dollars in her paycheck, 160, and divide those into 20 equal groups, we should be able to get what 1/20th would be. 160 divided by 20 is 8. So we can say that 5% of Sarah's paycheck is $8. Let's look at one final example. George has dinner at Hojo's. If his dinner costs $50 and he wants to leave a 20% cash tip, how much cash should he leave on the table? Well, again, we haven't specifically calculated 20% of a number yet. But if we think like problem solvers, we could realize that 20% is equal to 10% plus 10%. Or 10% times 2. And we do know how to find 10% of this number. So let's find 10% of $50 first. We simply take 50, divide by 10, and that gives us $5. Now, to get 20%, we just have to double that. Of course, $5 multiplied by 2 is $10. So we can say that he should leave a $10 tip.